of those days. You ever think about that? How to get on a motorbike? Because you put your leg out straight like this, you know, or you put your leg like this. It's a big deal. But what I didn't really want to tell you is I'm a horse rider. I'm not a very... My family, my dad's a horse rider, I should say that. I have ridden horses, I'm not a rider. I ride more bike. It's because I've already had too many wrecks on a horse. Put my foot through the stirrup. When he was, what do you call it? Dad called it a miscommunication. You miscommunicated with him. Anyways, put my foot through the stirrup and he took off. And luckily, he's just a big deal. So I was only 12. And that made me less horse and more bike. So I rode bike from then on mostly. I rode a little bit of horse, but not a lot. And I think I could, but I don't. I'm more, I'm more like the horse, grazing in the field. Give me some oats, you know what I mean? Oats or what else? What else? So, I wanted to stopped over to the bike shop over there. And I seen this beautiful bike. $8,500. $8,500? Top of the line race bike or something. I was like, how could you have so much money for that, And then he says, yeah, but I have other bikes. And I said, good, because I couldn't afford that. And then he says, well, I said, what do you have used? He says, well, I have one electric bike. Electric? Thought about that for a second. How much? $1,800? Which is pretty good for an electric bike, I think. Anyways, and then it went downhill from there too. And there was actually something that I might be able to afford, but what I understand is that's not what I want. I don't want that kind of bike. I want this kind of bike, and I don't really want this kind of bike. I want a race bike with the horns on it, And it's not that it's a race bike, but they use them for, so you're winding, and you can lean down there, and you're not winding like this, you're winding like that. But this and that is a big deal. And they have some cheap ones of those too, or cheaper, I should say, not really cheap. And that's what I wanted, and I told the guy, because I want to go race Tour de France. And it's not that I want to race Tour de France, I want to go on the race for Tour de France. The racetrack, more or less like that. I want to, it's a pretty big deal. And of course, I probably wouldn't be in the race unless I just happened to qualify with the, 6 other guys? Or 6 other people, I don't even know. Whether or not, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, give me a Trico. Trico. It's a long story. Because, I don't watch enough TV. See those up there? Jets? Jets. Oh my God. I love jets. I've never flown in one, but if I did, I'm sure I'll remember. I was thinking those were like F-22s and not like F-16s, which 22s are bigger. And I was wondering, I seen them earlier today do a flyby too. And I said, what, did you see them? I don't know if you see them in the picture or not. That was a little closer. Those are probably, 150 yards apart, 200 yards apart. Where that last time they were like 900 yards apart, making a corner there. Wow. The last thing I remember about jets like that was the whole group. The whole group. Yep, that means if one's honest, everybody's honest. Because the first guy hit the ground and so did the other 6. Because they were doing those maneuvers, and you got to follow the leader. So you got to wait for the leader to pull up. It's kind of like a game of chicken. Oh! And obviously he didn't pull up. Or something happened. That was quite a while ago. That was a big deal. That'd be something to give to the Bush, George, president, ex-president. Well, I shouldn't say ex-president. How do you say that? Important. I think of him as a friend, really. Even though his father's boss was more like my boss. What do you do when you're 16, Oh, God. Yeah, I'm all for it. I don't know when I actually went in, but it wasn't that long ago. I had to think about that. But going forward, are they going to get some claws for those? Because you hear about the falcon stuff, right? Which that's some space stuff or something. And I guess, and I'm not briefing. I hear about it. I don't know who it is or what it is. Are you still on? Oh yeah. So I hear about it and stuff, and I understand it, but they're gonna put claws on it. Yeah. What do you think about that? Too noisy. Oh boy, that's gonna be funny. But put claws on. The coffee's pretty good. They're gonna be noisy with claws. Yet then maybe have the claws go in and out, like the tires. That's a good idea. Oh boy, that's a good deal. So, I'm leaving, I guess. I'm doing something. I'm trying to do something. I've been here too long and I still haven't got anything done. And obviously, I'm procrastinating. Obviously, I don't know how to get a job. I think my problem was I used to get jobs. I didn't go get a job. I got jobs. So jobs more or less came to me. And I really never had a problem getting a job. And I guess I never got turned down for a long time. But once they start turning you down, you never get a job again. And which is so funny because I have a lot of occupations and no freaking job. That's making me mad. Now that I'm sleeping not in the house, but, on my back, in the middle of the desert, with all those things, you have to wonder, what is my problem? Anyways, my father thinks to see him, I'm an idiot, so it's my problem. I said, my brother says that too, and I said, maybe you're right, but, too many things work against me. How could you apply for 10 different places and not qualify, not pay your fee, your check got lost, your application got lost, we got a 2-year waiting period. Oh my God. You gotta be freaking kidding me. And that was okay because I used to sleep in my vehicle, which beer helps for sure. And yeah, then after you get out of your vehicle, you don't have any shelter, it gets worse. Trust me. Once the cops got my license, which they tried extra hard, you know, they even set up a little program and a little bunch of people and video and the whole works, and seen me go to 8 different bars, or 6 I guess, 6 different bars, and counted every drink I drank, and understood that picking me up was the last thing he'd done. And I got like a 0.9, so I was over like this far, you know what I mean? Yeah, freaking asshole. I hope you walk the rest of your life. And that's not even punishment, I guess, for some people. It's legal to drink and drive. Anyways, so we took my driver's license and I never got it back. I don't know, 5 years ago. Went to get it back. Hardly heard the story. I went to get it back and it's like, okay, the judge got me in. The judge got me in court because I got another ticket, driving with a suspension. And actually, it wasn't driving with a suspension. It was driving with suspension with 6 days left to go. I think it was 30 days left to go. So I had been on a suspension, supposedly, and I told him I think it's not like that. I think it was just not reinstated. Anyways, so the judge got me in there and he said, yes, I'll take your warrant off. You have a warrant. You've had a warrant for 3 months. And I said, yeah, that's because I called you to ask you what was wrong with the ticket I got and why it wasn't done. And then he issues a warrant a year later. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I call you, you issue a warrant. You're an asshole, judge. The ticket was out there for 12 months. It didn't even freaking matter. So he had to issue a warrant, and I had to drive. I can't drive because I don't have a driver's license. 250 miles to go to court. So I get down there and have my friend down there, actually my boss friend down there, $250 to get down there with fuel and time and everything. It took the whole day. And I walk into the court and he says, the court date was changed till tomorrow. Oh, how much is that? The last time I didn't go to court because I never had any money for fuel. So I couldn't make it. Anyways, so that's twice that they have changed I understand that we're talking about the Jets. That's twice they have changed my court date when I stood in front of them. It was yesterday and it was 2 days forward. So when I go to court and they see me, they usually jump it up 2 days into the future. So I did go down there, so I went back and then he had taken the warrant off, but since I couldn't show up for another 30 days because I was out of money. And anyways, I got down there and he says, I will reinstate your license. I said, oh yeah, all right. I've been walking for a long time. And I get to the driver's license, the driver's guy says, well, yeah, this is a reinstatement, but you've got to pay money first. And you have to qualify. Now, I didn't know that because my suspension was over and I couldn't qualify because now you have to take classes and some other things, and I don't know what else it was. Anyway, so to get it unsuspended wasn't possible. Yeah, and I still haven't got it unsuspended. And when I went to the lady that has it suspended because I have to take her class or her education for $500. I gave her $350 of the dollars, and she wouldn't even give me a temporary. I said, you could give me a temporary so I could drive and get back and forth. And she said, no, I won't give you temporary. And I said, well, this system, this $500 system, makes me pay $21,000 to tell you that I'm a beer drinker and I drank whiskey. I drank whiskey 3 times. 3 times I got a ticket. And 3 shots, I should say. 3 shots. And Those are all the times I got tickets. That was the one other qualification. And I had drank like 1,000 times. So like 1,000 times I was drinking. 3 times I took a shot. 3 times I got a ticket. And I was just over. But anyways, they know what they're doing. There was a bastard community. So the lady says, no, I'm not going to give you a temporary license. I said, well, I got to qualify this. I have to do this and that. She won't give me a temporary license. And she told me just F you. And Boyd Andrews was her name. And those are bastards. You know, I couldn't do nothing. I don't know what to do about that. So other people have that problem. I mean, what do you do? Walk? And I mean, just to get to Walmart was like 8 miles. And there was no bus at that time, I don't think. Maybe there was a bus. Even though that's bullshit. No, I should drink and drive because it's safer drinking and driving. It's not too much, right? Okay, we'll call this good. Oh, the bike. The bike deal was a good deal. Yeah, oh boy, I mean, not Ferrari red.